Hey everybody, I am Danny Otto. Welcome into that recap show. Now, before we get into the show, I just wanted to issue a really quick spoiler warning. We will be talking about the latest episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier. So if you haven't already caught up, you might want to pause this video, go and catch up, and then when you're done, come back here and join us for the breakdown. Now, with all of that out of the way, let's get to the show.
Poppin' Off presents That Recap Show.
On this episode, we're going to be recapping everything that happened in episode 5 of Falcon and Winter Soldier. And to help me break down all the action from the episode, it's hashtag Tim Pratt.
Danny Otto, thanks for having me, man. I'm so pumped to be here. Hashtag population, thanks for having me.
So, what did you think of this episode?
Listen, man, it was a jam-packed episode. There were some lull points we'll break down in a minute, but I thought overall it's going to be one really big thin line moving into that final episode.
Awesome. Well, you want to kick us off with a quick synopsis?
Yeah, I'd love to. So we start with a Super Smash Brothers brawl between the fake Captain America and Sam and Bucky. Punch, punch, slow motion, and then a slow motion beat down. Now, they fought off the Thanos army, but somehow this is a challenge, but they get the shield back.
Now, Tim, can I stop you really quick?
Yeah, please.
I know you did your own rendition of this, but didn't that sound a little familiar to you? Like, I don't know, maybe from like almost exactly a week ago.
Just
on
1
this
week
show.
ago.
Like,
Okay. So here it is, population.
Can we throw to that clip, actually, guys? Before,
yeah, let's do it.
And that's kind of my prediction for the next episode. I think this next episode, episode 5, we are really going to see the shield change hands, whether it be Walker gets stripped of being Captain America and somehow the government either gives it back to Sam and Bucky, or Sam and Bucky go on a heist, or Sam and Bucky get in a fight with John Walker and forcibly take it back. But that's my prediction for episode 5.
See, I did say that.
So not only did I predict that Sam and Bucky would forcefully get the shield back from John Walker, but I also predicted the next thing you're going to say, that John Walker will cease to be Captain America. He will be stripped of his...
Danny, I'm almost, not being accusatory here, but maybe somebody read the comics. Maybe Danny has an informant inside Marvel population. I don't know. Maybe tell me how you feel about it. But yes, Danny, to give you kudos where kudos is due, you predicted all of this shit. So thank you for that.
Now, why don't you go back to the synopsis? Finish this out for us.
Finishing out the synopsis. So they get the shield back, but we feel compelled by the networks for the next move. But Sam goes back to the original super soldier, Isaiah Bradley. We hear a very emotional dialogue exchange between the two, but he leaves contemplating whether we should pick up the mantle or whether or not we should denounce what Captain America stands for. Sam goes back to the family business and decides that he is all about the boat. And we love that we see some exchanges between Sam and Bucky. All of the community gets together to make all of this happen. But we get some heartfelt scenes and a little of Bucky flirting with the forewarned by Sam, don't flirt with my sister. But that's all behind the scenes. But it's all good on the home front until we get back to Carly. Carly makes her declaration with none other than our favorite hashtag population fans, Renes Rivera. Just want to throw out a little thing. He's in the background. We love him. You look good, Renes. But she said, enough is enough. This is our time. The episode ends with Carly foolishly deciding to accept weapons from none other than GSP's character, and they have taken the world by storm in only a few days. So look out, social media influencers, because Carly's got some power. She takes over, and Sam ends the episode with opening up with what's in the box. But that, Danny, leads me to my big point. Let's take it to you from our big takeaways.
Awesome. Well, let's just kick this off. Look, I know we make a point to say we have 3 big thoughts or 3 big points from this. This episode, because we're nearing the finish, I have to give a runner-up. And the runner-up big point of this episode is that anything is possible with an 80s style montage.
And show us a passage of time. We're gonna need a montage. Ooh, it takes a montage.
We got not 1, but 2 montages. We got the fixing the boat where Sam and Bucky got a lot closer. And then we got the Sam training session where he learned how to move with the shield. He learned how to throw the shield right and catch it and get much better and more suited to throwing and using the shield again. So that is my runner-up pick. For my very first pick of the 3 big points that I have, Tim, you led off, you finished your recap with this. It's what is in the box.
What's in the box?
From the moment that Bucky dropped that box off to Sam, I just wanted to see what was in the box. That's what I thought of every 5 seconds of the rest of the episode. What is in this box?
What's in the box?
It's something from Wakanda. It's something that Bucky asked as a favor, which leads me to believe I'll move it into my predictions for that. But Tim, before we get to predictions, what other big point did you have from this episode?
Here's the thing, Danny. I just wanted to talk quickly about Carly's transition into empowerment. Now, here's the thing. We saw Carly talking with Sam so amicably. She wanted to talk about peace early on in the episodes. But then she punch-fisted someone to death, and she bombed some innocent people. So now the real question is, what will Carly do in the end? The big contemplation is, will she decide to talk with Sam? Will she decide that, Mr. John Walker is kind of an asshole because he shield beated someone to death? And we have to ask ourselves the question, what will Carly do? So my big point, like our takeaway from this, and I know it's minuscule because Carly didn't have a whole lot of lines in this episode. She didn't have a whole lot of presence. But I think Carly's going to have to make a big transition and a big decision. 1, do I decide with the power broker? 2, do I decide with Sam? Or 3, do I go against it all and do I die in a blaze of glory? That's my big takeaway. Danny, let's go to you for point 3.
All right, point 3, we're going to bring this all home. Then we're going to get into predictions. Point 3, U.S. agent is born. John Walker has been stripped of the mantle of Captain America. He ceases to be Captain America, but right after his court case, he is met by someone named Val. Now, I'm not going to list off her whole long name. I know we're not supposed to call her Val out loud. We're supposed to think Val. But I'm going to call her Val just for this video. She tells John Walker that you did the right thing taking the serum. You have made yourself very valuable to certain people. I think those certain people are going to be the power broker. If she's not the power broker, then who else could possibly be the power broker? But I think this is the very beginning of U.S. Agent. Not only that, we got that backed up by the mid-credit scene where we saw Walker making his own shield. This is going to be U.S. Agent's shield. That leads me into my predictions. My predictions for this episode, I'm going to do really 3 quick. First one is we're going to see U.S. Agent in this final episode. I think he's going to jump into this melee battle that we have Sam and Bucky, we have U.S. Agent, we have GSP's character, we have Carly, we have the Flag Smashers, we have everyone. It's all going to take place in New York in episode 6. The second one is, I think what is in the box is Sam's version of the Captain America suit. And knowing that it's coming from Wakanda, I think it might have some minor upgrades, some minor tweaks. Maybe we get where it can absorb energy like the Black Panther suit could. This would be awesome to see. I can't wait. I think it's going to be the Captain America suit that Sam wears in the comics when he takes up the mantle. I think that's what we're getting. The third and final that I have is I think Val is either the power broker or she's working with the power broker. Now, there was a rumor that we were supposed to have gotten the debut of Val in Black Widow, which was originally supposed to happen before this series. So who else was in that? General Ross, who was one of my candidates for the power broker's identity. Could they be connected somehow? Could the power broker just be like a conglomeration of a couple of different high-powered in the shadows people? We won't know that until this episode, but I think we're going to find out that Val is either the power broker or has something very close connection to the power broker. Tim, What are your predictions for the next episode?
So here's my predictions for the next episode. We're going to see a huge power mover, and obviously we're going to see some kind of hook at the end of the episode, right? Because right now we're ending into the very final episodes of this series, and we've seen very little movement in the last 3. We've seen a lot of drama. We've seen trust being built. We've seen trust being broken. So my thing that I think that's actually going to happen is that obviously we're going to see Sam put on whatever the hell is in the box. And I'm pumped about it because Sam deserves it. The one thing consistently throughout this series that I've disagreed with is that they've undermined Sam's authority. Sam has been such an amazing powerhouse. He's been the buddy. He's been the powerhouse. He's been the dude that's defended the nation's honor. But yet, ultimately, he's been demeaned by the writers. He's been demeaned by the whole network's decision about what could be good or what could be not for viewers. I think Sam ultimately is going to make his decision, and he's going to put on whatever the hell is in that box, and it's going to be awesome. So I'm excited about it. And lastly, I think that Carly is going to have to make a major decision. She's either going to go out in a huge blaze of glory, or she's going to do something that's going to be teaming her with Sam and Bucky for the remainder of the series. We know that this is important to Marvel. We know that this is key to the success of obviously of this storyline. So therefore, they're going to have to make a decision that Carly is going to have a major influence in the Flag Smashers moving forward.
All right, guys, that's what we thought about episode 5. Let us know in the comments below. What did you think about this episode? Did you love the montages? Do you want to see more montages in the next episode? And let us know your predictions for the last episode. Do you think that Sam's going to be donning the Captain America outfit? Do you think Carly's going to have a change of heart? Do you think that we're going to see U.S. Agent? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget, as always, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to be known about all of our upcoming videos. Bye, everybody!
Good night, everyone.